Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Suhei with Suhei Plans, and today I'm excited to bring to you the 2025 Power Sheets in Petal Confetti. Just really quickly before we jump in, I want to kind of advise that I'm not going to be going through this entire planner page to page, but I'm going to point out some key elements in a few different categories. I'm going to show you the trackers, the reflection, the goal planning and prep process, and then I'll also take you through the look and feel of the planner as well. The power sheets are coming on September 19th. There will be a code to save in the description below if this video, of course, was helpful. I have chosen one of the two neutral options for the year, but there are several other gorgeous colors. One beautiful bright pink that's available right now that was a close runner-up for me. But I usually go with the with the neutral aesthetic. I have been in Power Sheets for 2025 will be my third year in Power Sheets. Year one wasn't great. The Power Sheets changed from my year one to my year two significantly. I loved year two. I'm looking forward to year three. It comes in this, and let's just jump in. It's going to be a little bit on the chattier side. It's just a very special product. So, I think it just takes a little bit more time to cover, even though I'm not going through every single page. And just so you know, also as a disclaimer, I am an affiliate, and just something to keep in mind as I talked through the product, but know that these are my own thoughts, these are my own feelings. And even if I wasn't an affiliate, I would be purchasing a Power Sheets. Okay, so this is the box that you get when it the box that it comes in. There's usually a band for the color choice that you selected with a little like leaf kind of imprinted there in the middle. That might be a little hard to see, but you can see that same band here. And as a disclaimer, I've also already opened this, and I wanted to really look at it, really look at the changes before I recorded this video today. The box is always super sturdy, and it's a great place to save your Power Sheets from the year prior. You get a much nicer than this experience because I've already opened it, but there is a luxury appeal to this planner in how it's packaged, in the quality of the material, the paper, the book. And it is not inexpensive, so I definitely know that this can be a luxury. But with that said, know that it is also an investment in yourself. Sorry about all the crackling paper. If you are serious about your goals, think of it as an investment. So this is the neutral, one of the neutral covers, the Petal Confetti, and it is considered a neutral cover because the tabs are neutral and not colorful. Some of the other covers have really colorful tabs. That's not my jam, so I usually always pick one of the neutral covers. The other neutral is coming in Aloe. This is the 2025 Power Sheets, as it says in the cover. I love these beautiful gold elements. That just adds to the luxury feel of what you're getting. I'm going to go through this front matter and then get into the different categories that I talked about. Your Power Sheets come with a 2025 calendar at a glance. It comes with a cardstock with gold embossing for your word of the year, and it comes with a sticker sheet, very colorful sticker sheet. Your pocket on the inside is going to reflect the cover that you selected, or it's going to coordinate with your planner in some way. I like this very neutral, really pretty pocket in the front. I love my year of the word card. I have it hung up and I don't want to take my 2024 one down, but I always use this. I haven't quite come up with my word of the year yet though, but I'm really excited to get into it. You have your nameplate page, introductions about the brand and the product, and now we jump into the planner itself. This is new for 2025. It is an annual tracker to mark your progress with your goals throughout the year. I will go through other kinds of trackers after I talk about this one. So this one just kind of, you use the sticker sheet that came with your power sheets to mark where you are along the way in your year. I think this is really cute, and this provides a lot of cool motivation. And I think it's really something nice to look at. And I don't think Powersheets had any kind of equivalent to an annual review or an annual perspective of your year other than with this spread right now. So I think this is a great addition. Very motivating, very nice to look at. You have the stickers to really make it pop. So I think that's great. And I think it's awesome to, look at your year on this one spread. That's really cool. The other kind of trackers that make Powersheets so cool is called, it has this particular name. It's called a tending list. Your tending list is something that you do every month where you set monthly, weekly, and daily action items towards achieving your goals for that month, that quarter, that year. And this is another place where you're tracking all of that behavior and all of that progress or not progress. That's okay too. You don't have to be, Powersheets is not going to guarantee success, but I think it can help you be a lot more successful in achieving certain goals that you want for yourself. You get a tending list every month. I'm just kind of skipping around here. You get a tending list. Oh, sorry, that was a new quarter, so that was a little different. But you get a tending list every month. Okay, and you're marking your progress and you're checking things off. That's the other kind of tending, tracking spread in this planner. I think it's really great to assign yourself goals each month, but I also think it's just as important to stay on top of them on a weekly and daily basis. This might sound very overwhelming, but I promise you this will develop a consciousness that will just help you stay focused and on track with where you want to be and where you want to go. So after the kind of tracking sections, there is also some reflection. We have a reflection to think before the month really begins, and then a reflection at the end to talk a little bit about how your month went. I really like that kind of consistency. I think consistency is key. That's kind of really corny, but consistency is truly key. And there's a lot of built-in reflection in your power sheets, which helps you build that consistency. The other kind of review or reflections happen at the end of every quarter. So you'll find them at the end of March, at the end of June, at the end of September, and then once again for the end of the year. The quarterly refreshes ask you to think about the last 3 months, how you felt about your progress in the particular areas you wanted to focus on, what kind of changes or your refreshed goals that you want to make for the new quarter, and then what kind of action steps you're going to implement in the next 3 months based on what you've just experienced in the previous 3 months. I really think that reflection is really cool as well. It kind of zooms out a little bit from your monthly focus and thinking about tackling your goals in these 3-month periods of time. And there are some goals where that's like a minimum. There are goals that will take you an entire year to accomplish, and that's okay. Breaking them up into those chunks will just help the process feel a lot less daunting. So that is what you will expect. Oh wait, I think there's still one more page. I'm sorry. Yeah, just more room for more goals that you kind of tinkered with, getting you into the new quarter. Then there's a page for notes, which I think is great. a page that helps you focus on a routine reset for the quarter that you're about to come into. And then where you kind of map out what your week looks ideally in this season. What would a week well spent look like for you in the season ahead? I think that this activity is also so cool and just really thoughtful, and I really want to take this more seriously in 2025. I didn't use it as much as I wanted in 2024, but I do want to be more serious in 2025 with this spread anyway. All right, and so that's where a lot of the reflection is happening, and you'll find that throughout the planner. So the last, but one of the most important parts, probably one of the most important parts, and what keeps me coming back to Powersheets, is how Powersheets help you develop your goals and plan and prep for your goals for the year. There are 1,000,001 things that we all want to work on. Literally 1,000,001 things. We want to do it all. We want to be it all. We want to have it all. But that's not possible. So I love Powersheets because it kind of humbles me. It helps me realize how much work and time and energy it takes to accomplish your goals. But it helps me make baby steps towards them, so I can get as close as I can to doing it all, being it all, having it all, right? Like faking it till you make it, right? That's kind of how I think about Powersheets. And I have seen progress when I set my goals using Powersheets, so I am back. It's not always 100%, but I always make some progress on the things I set out for the year, and that's really, really encouraging and why I want to come back. So at the front of the planner is where you're gonna, well, let me not call it a planner. It's Powersheets. It's something all its own. This is more of that tracking yearly annual view that you're looking at. And then right after that, you start with your brainstorm. What do I think I want to work on? A lot of these pages, and I'm not going to go through them in depth, but a lot of these pages are working on that brainstorming to get to where you want to be with to help you figure out what goals you want to set for the new year. Because again, there's a lot of things we can be doing. How do we narrow it down? These pages are meant to help you evaluate where you are and where you want to go. And again, I'm not going to go through every page, but there are a lot of really, really good activities here to help you figure out just that. I love doing the prep work in Powersheets. One thing I'll recommend, I know that 2025 is some time away, but I really like to start jumping into my Powersheets in November, a couple of months before the new year, but to just really, really reflect on it all. And all of these pages that I'm flipping through are just preparation for that. There's also a lot of resources in thinking about how to set a goal, what a reasonable goal looks like, thinking about your goals in categories, and then there's a space to write down your goals for the year. But we know that goals change as things do. Usually my goals are not really my goals until quarter two, to be honest with you. And that's okay. This year in 2024, I had a goal change in August that I had set in January. So that's okay. They will change. Right. After you kind of think about it, do a lot of brainstorming, a lot of activities to take you through that thought process, your next step is the actual setting of the goal. It's in a 2-page spread. It's called the Goal Action Plan, and you get 8 of these. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, let me say that's so generous, but you do not need to fill out a goal for every one of these pages. If you have a lot going on, if you have a very full life, no matter what that looks like, 8 goals could be incredibly ambitious. And I have found in the past that the more goals I try to set for the year, the worse off I am. When it comes to, so don't feel like you need all 8 of these pages. I think last year I had 5 goals, and that still feels lofty. They're not all 1 year long goals, right? But I never quite use all 8 pages, and I want to emphasize that's okay. But in this spread is where you kind of thinking about what you're going to do in the first season of the year, the second, the third, and the fourth to help you accomplish the goal that you've set out for yourself. I really like having this map, and then I kind of know the road that I'm on as the year goes on, because the year is long and there's a lot of time, but if we're not intentional about our time, it just kind of goes like this. So that is the goal action plan, and these front pages here I think are just the bee's knees and why I keep coming back. After you set those goals for yourself, it goes into the seasonal breakdown in more depth. This is kind of like, I just want to quickly highlight this page because this is new. So you get a seasonal breakdown for each goal. But what I like is that on this spread, you can put your seasonal breakdown for all the goals that you set, right? So that it's all in one, it's like a master plan page, right? You're including all your all of your action items for season 1 for all 3 of your goals, etc., etc., etc. So before this page, I would have to go to every individual goal to see what I was up to that season. And I honestly found myself not doing that. I thought that that was a little bit cumbersome and not super functional. But I think that if I had the view at a glance, this yearly glance, that'll be a lot more helpful. The Powersheets comes with a bookmark. Did I take it out? I don't like that bookmark too much. I probably took it out at some point. My apologies. Let me see if I can find another one. Okay, sorry about that. So your Powersheets will come with this bookmark. I can definitely see myself keeping my bookmark here the entire year. This is my roadmap. Another place that I would put a bookmark is on wherever you have your most refreshed version of your goals. Sorry, they're kind of all over the place. So if this is the most refreshed version of your goals, I would keep another bookmark there. If you make some significant changes at the end of the first quarter, I would put my bookmark on my refresh goals. Whatever the goals are that you're on the bandwagon for right now is where you should put a bookmark. And that is kind of the gist of Powersheets and how it works and why I'm such a big fan. I think the changes, I'm not going to go through each of the changes in particular in this video, but I know there are a lot of other creators who are focusing on all of the changes. And I will say that there aren't very many changes in the 2025 version. So if you can get your hands on a 2024 or even just watch a 2024 Powersheets video, I have a 2024 Powersheets video that goes in depth with this planner, and you'll get a good sense for like a page-to-page breakdown. And I'm really happy to report that a lot of what's in 2024 is in 2025, and I think that's really cool. The changes are pretty minimal other than that annual tracker, having your seasons all up front. Other than that, I think a lot of the other changes are pretty minimal. So those are kind of the big things to keep in mind. If you are thinking about your goals for 2025, it's not too early to start, right? Like it's not too late to work on your 2024 goals. I hope this video was helpful. If you enjoyed this, please think about liking or subscribing. And keep in mind that Powersheets comes out on September 17th, and you can use the code linked below to save on your Powersheets. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.